1. There we go.
Hello, everybody. My name
let me just
is
look up
Preflight.
quotes.
Right, while you do that,
All
my
right.
name is Preflight.
And I'm Sparty, and welcome to our list.
Guys, I really don't have a quote prepared for today.
Now, before we start, I would just personally like to apologize for the last 2 videos. You're going to hear some rumbling and crackling.
We'll have it provided in the
That is-
description, most likely.
That is my fault. I had a piece of paper laying on the laptop, and I didn't realize it picked up the noise.
All right, is the volume all the way up on
The
this?
volume is all the way up.
we're gonna-
Okay,
so
because
we're not gonna have the
we're not
problem
gonna
with
have it
Ghost.
too quiet like it was with Ghost, and we're not gonna have papers rumbling all over the place like it was
Ian.
with grass. Good. Yeah, those were malfunctioning.
Yeah, we
I went ahead and apologized.
Ground was okay.
Don't
No,
have to
ground
rub
was
my
ground was
face.
still kind of rough
Was
with
it really?
paper.
Asshole. Okay, here we go.
Yeah. All right, so today
So no
we're-
quote of the day.
Today we'll be doing ice.
Ice.
Today's quote of the day is that there's no quote of the day. I came
Ah.
unprepared,
Nice
and it's
going.
really cold.
Hopefully we'll have one for the next 2 that we're doing today.
We will.
Or next,
We will.
Well, actually, we're doing all 7.
We're trying to do all 7
No, we're
before
not.
good old Sparty has to go back to college.
To Sparty College.
Michigan State all the way, boss.
Yeah.
And
he actually has to go back later on tonight, so we're trying to do all 7
before
right now.
3 a.m.
Who's starting this one?
I
Ian?
That's a good question.
Wait a minute.
I was first on. No, I was last on ground, wasn't I?
Were you? Oh boy.
Oh shit.
We have surprise. Well, let's just start
Let's-
from the beginning. Who started Bug? You?
I was me, Jake, you. No.
Yes.
Yeah, you, me, Jake, you, me, Jake, you, me. Okay, I started ground, so that means Jake
I just
starts.
got a text from Matt saying, "Hey Jake, you busy? I really need to talk to you."
Well, this is awkward. 'Cause
Yikes
we're a little busy right now. He'll have to wait.
All right, Jake. You will be starting ice. Get that shit going.
All right. We're gonna start things off with
Number 5.
number 5. Starting to become a little original. This guy, just because he's on the cover of Black and White 2, and that is Kyurem. And
Black or white?
Ooh. Or original.
Or original?
Oh shit.
original,
How
because I think that the black
Gen
and
1
white.
Kyurem.
I'm not a huge fan of how they did that with Kyurem on the front.
I just don't like the wires because it looks like he's a test subject.
Yeah.
For cancer.
Well,
Oh,
No one likes cancer.
Wow.
you guys, I just literally
went there.
I literally just beat the Elite Four and stuff like that, so I've gone through the storyline. The whole thing about Kyurem is that he is the shell left over when Reshiram and Zekrom broke apart.
oh really?
Yeah.
I actually didn't know that.
So that's why he confused with them is because
Oh.
he's the empty shell of the Pokemon they used to be.
Okay.
Because you didn't play through Black and White. Reshiram and Zekrom
Mm-hmm.
were actually one Pokemon. Controlled by 2
But
brothers
then, right, and
who
then
believed in ideals and truth. One thought the world should be led by ideals, and one should be led by truth. And then that's why they broke apart, because they were constantly fighting, and so on and so forth. We don't need a history lesson in the Pokemon
That
games.
is
I'm
really
sorry.
Stupid. That is like the most retarded thing. Really?
Just play through
Pokemon
the games.
Pokemon is becoming something
That is-
totally
oh
different
my
from what
God,
it used to be.
Shut up.
That's
And that's why you are probably extremely surprised that I put a Gen 5er.
I
On this
am
list.
actually really surprised.
I'm not because of
The thing
legendary.
that's
Well, yeah.
I mean,
the
obviously,
whole
yeah.
part that he's legendary doesn't surprise me, but it's
Right.
still Gen 5.
It
I'm
is.
impressed.
It is, Kev. I expanded my boundaries.
Bet the next one is Vanillix.
If you have him
Relax.
on your
Jesus
list,
Christ.
I will
I get it.
tape your scrotum
Here's the thing. Here's
to
the
your
thing.
eyes.
Here's the thing. You have said absolutely nothing about Kyurem.
I'm about to.
Well,
if he lets me.
actually-
Kev just bounced and
I'm
jumped.
sorry.
around
I
the top.
wanted to give the background.
It's okay. No, thank you.
They're
Because I'm not very.
sleepy.
I'm not.
I know you guys.
familiar with it.
Oh,
Especially since you're not that far in the game yet.
Right.
learn the rules.
Anyways, Kyurem is
Read the rules.
Kyurem is obviously a legendary, and like Kev was saying, he the whole background about Reshiram and Zekrom. But I think it's really cool that he's Dragon and Ice. That is the most unique type that I think there is. I mean, besides the whole water and fighting thing, but don't even get me started with that crap.
Normal
But
grass.
normal grass, yeah, that's unique. But, I mean,
One
dragon and ice, I mean,
he is the only dragon.
you always gotta love those Pokemon that have their conflicting type as, like, their second or first type.
Pikachu
You know what I mean?
has a.
What?
So,
This is just,
the fact that
it
they
was
made...
supposed to be a joke. It didn't work. I'll take it out of the rotation.
Go.
The fact that they made an ice dragon, I thought was very good for the game. And there's not many Gen 5 guys that I actually do like, but Kyurem
It
is
like
definitely one of
the
them.
first time, other than I would say Palkia, that you take ice out of the equation for weakness for
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Other than Palkia, because technically it's neutral.
And,
Yeah.
But,
And that's great.
That's cute.
Especially-
oh well, actually, Reshiram too.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah, that
with the
is true.
fire. Yeah, but it's interesting because that makes him one
And
of
a
the
lot of
most
things-
powerful dragon types.
A
Just
lot-
because he can dual hit
He can
any
take
other
anyone.
Yeah,
dragon.
and the
Yeah.
thing is, like,
He really can.
there are a lot of dragons like Garchomp and Dragonite that have
Double weaknesses,
quad
Flygon.
weakness to
Yeah.
dragons. So like, this is interesting.
Yeah.
But,
And
yeah,
Kyurem is just
it,
strong as hell.
I always thought it was weird that like he doesn't. There's nothing about Kyurem if you look at him that makes me think, oh, he's an ice type. Like I look at him and I'm like, no,
I could
that's
see it.
That's a fucking dragon.
Well, yeah,
It's not
he's
an ice.
a dragon for sure,
There's
but
nothing
like
ice about it. Like I don't.
the only thing that you can really tell that he's ice is that he's white.
Yeah. I also like
Right.
how he looks like a barrel dragon from Yu-Gi-Oh.
I
He
can kinda
always
see it.
reminded me of it. I always felt like his head was going to turn around and just shoot a giant ice beam. That's like,
I see what you did there.
all right.
But yeah,
Gotta
Kyurem
get
is my
some
number
frostbite up in
5.
there.
And
Need some
Kev-
Burnhill.
Kev, you're lucky that I put him on this
I'm
list.
lucky, right?
Because let me tell you,
'Cause
the
he's
rest are
awesome.
either Gen 2
That's
or
why.
Gen 1.
Because Kyurem is pretty awesome.
Ian, you're up. Let's
All right.
go.
My number 5 is a guy that I'm pretty sure everyone has on their list. My number 5 is Lapras.
Nice.
Everyone likes Lapras.
Great
Lapras
pick.
is the cutest little thing in the world, but at the
He
same
looks
time,
awesome, though.
Lapras is sexy.
Lapras is
He is.
adorable. And
I love Lapras.
I definitely think Lapras is
Lapras's voice in the
And you know
Holiday
what?
that
episode?
shouldn't have
In
happened,
every
but
game,
was
there's something unique
sexy.
about Lapras.
sexy as hell.
In every single Pokemon game, there's something unique about Lapras. Like, even in Pokemon Snap, like, yeah, he's common to see, like, right in the beginning, but the more pictures you take of him, the closer up he comes, which is cool. And then, going back to Gold and Silver, when he appears only on what day? What is it?
I don't know. I only knew
Is
that.
it Friday or something?
I didn't even know about this.
I didn't know
He only
didn't-
appears
I didn't
in
know
the
he
one-
only appeared in the. I know he only appeared in that cave.
Yeah.
See, the thing
And
is,
it was
like,
only on a certain day, and
Really?
I can't remember.
I
Yeah.
didn't know it was a certain day.
Yeah, yeah,
I
I
love
just
the
got lucky,
shit
I guess.
out of Gold and Silver and Crystal, but I never really went into
It was
depth about
so
finding
cool.
specific Pokemon. So, yeah, that's interesting. But the thing is, like, Lapras himself looks like a very, and he's a very capable, bulky water type, and ice as well, and it gives him quite an edge. And the thing that I love about Lapras is he can learn Solar Beam. What the hell?
I know, that is
Like,
crazy.
First of all, he's weak
His
to
HP
grass.
is
He's also could
incredible,
be strong
too, by the
against
way.
grass, and he knows a grass attack. That's so weird. It's like they're thinking, "Hey, here's a Lapras. Maybe we should send out a rock or ground type because Solar Beam would hurt them very badly." Anyways, I just think Lapras is a very, very good Pokemon.
See, like
very nostalgia.
yeah,
All that factored
absolutely.
in, but
He's got a lot of HP too, not to mention.
and Ash rides him all the time.
Yeah, Ass
Yeah,
rides a Lapras.
I just wish I had used the Lapras more often, in my opinion. When I
And then you can get that level 15 Lapras if you trade for him.
no, you don't have to trade for him. He just gives it to you.
Oh yeah, he
In
just gives
Saffron
it to you.
Building, in Saffron Tower.
He just gives it to you?
Yeah.
you walk in.
Why did I think you had to trade for him?
No.
Well, that was
It's after
difficult.
It's after you beat your rival before you get to Giovanni.
Yep.
He's just there like, hey, thanks for saving the building. Here's a Lapras.
I remember one time.
You're like, are you kidding? Then you realize it's level 15. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, well, that's
Yeah, I know. That is stupid.
That was
I
a
remember
waste.
one time I actually traded him over to my red version, like at the very beginning, so I could start with like a Lapras, and I thought, oh, this is going to be great. Well, he doesn't obey you, so...
Yeah, I did that with
Fuck
the
that.
legendary birds. I traded all 3 of the legendary birds over to my blue, started a new game. It was like, this is going to be awesome. And it's like, Zapdos won't obey. Zapdos hit itself in confusion. I'm like, oh my god. This is really stupid.
That's awesome.
Anyways, Lapras, yay. Go ahead. One more thing. I do wish Lapras kind of evolved. Just because he's already
Baby
pretty
form.
tanky. No. He's already pretty tanky as it is. Imagine if, like, he evolved and had an even better special attack than he already
And
does.
his face was encased in ice.
Yeah.
I'll talk a little bit about
he'll
Lapras
call
myself.
Oh, I'm going to talk about
Lap
it
ice.
as well, so... We're going to get a whole lot of Lapras in this video.
Yeah, I'll talk about. I'll add my little piece about Lapras when I get to her.
All right.
I will certainly add
Kev, you're
mine.
number 5.
All right. My number 5 is a very curious type combination with ice and ground. He's an adorable little pig, and we know him as Swinub.
Yay.
Okay. See, I like this pick.
I said I love swine in our last video, and now we're doing a thing about it.
Yeah, Swinub. I think he's just an adorable little pig.
Did you
Pokemon.
put Mamoswine on your list?
No.
That'd be cool. I kind of actually, I started to like him. Remember last video?
Yeah. I convinced
Yeah.
you to like Mamoswine.
No, I mean...
That
he's
takes a
just-
long
he's-
time, by the way.
Yeah,
It takes a very long time to convince Jake of anything.
it does.
Pokemon.
I'm
which.
stubborn. I'm stubborn with
Yes.
this.
So, Swinub. I think he's adorable. I love the the ice ground combination.
Yeah.
Grass. And
That'd be cool.
he's got the hair that encases his body, and he just looks so cute and fuzzy, and I just want to give him a hug.
At first, I thought Swinub was really dumb, but then, I started to...
Again, it's like when I played like gold and silver when I was really young, and I didn't understand really like different types and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I never really understood ice, and I didn't realize that Swinub was ice. Really.
Yeah. You wouldn't think he is.
That-
A lot of people wouldn't think swine.
And add the fact that I didn't realize that dragon was weak against ice. I didn't know that.
In
Yeah.
fact, one of the only reasons I knew that he was ice was I have a card of him as a water type. Like, because there were no
Yeah,
ice types
'cause-
in the
yeah.
trading card game.
Right.
Right.
So he was water, and I was like, really? He's a brown piece of shit. Why does he have a thing? I'm not... I
Let's
love
not-
Swine.
Okay.
But I'm
let's
just saying,
calm
he
names.
looks like a brown piece of shit. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense. How is he water? He also kind of reminds me of, like, one of those things that you put in to clean your pool. Like one of the
I know
bugs
what you're
things, and he
talking
just
about,
kind of
yeah.
like
It's
goes,
like,
Oh,
goes
yeah.
across the surface and just
Yeah.
kind of cleans everything.
That'd kind of be adorable. I kind of
I
want
kind
one.
of want to see what's under a swine. I wonder
Yeah.
if it's just a giant hole where his mouth is, and he just
eats everything.
Does Swinub have, like, little stubby legs, or...
Well, I don't think
You
so.
never see him
I
if he
really hope
does.
he
Okay.
doesn't.
'Cause I was just
Honestly,
wondering,
I
like,
hope
how
he
does he
doesn't.
move?
I think he would be awesome if he just kind of
Floated?
He just I could
Glided.
see him
Yeah.
gliding because he lives in the ice cave,
That
so
would
he
make
could
sense.
just like slide.
By the way,
Yeah.
Ice Cave. That's a very forgettable cave.
It is.
Man, was that a frustrating.
And I will get to that
It was such a bitch.
I will get to
loved
that
it, though.
later
I
on.
loved it. I
He should
still
do
get
videos
stuck
on
on it.
zones. Like each like.
We will.
Region.
I'm going to get back
Anyways.
to that zone, actually.
I absolutely
In a little bit.
love
All right.
that cave.
That's about all I have to say about Swinub though.
All
So
right, go ahead. Jack.
Okay. My number 4 is Sneasel. And if you guys haven't seen our Dark video, I talked about Sneasel quite a bit.
Oh, wait, never mind.
But, actually, I could talk about Ice Cave right now
Wait
because
a minute. Oh,
that was the first time I ever discovered Sneasel.
get a pen.
And the whole thing about Sneasel was that, oh boy, we have some changes going on here. But the whole thing about Sneasel was like, when I saw him, I was like, whoa, like you can catch this guy? This guy looks so cool. Like he just looked like, almost like, I don't know, he kind of reminded me like he was part of like an Indian tribe or something like
again,
that.
never knew he was ice.
Who, Sneasel?
Yeah.
Sneasel doesn't show. That's the weird. In Gen 2, there were a lot of ice.
But
There
that
were a lot
was
of ice
sweet.
types in Gen 2 that didn't really portray itself as nice.
They're like
Smoochum. Well, Jinx and Smoochum go hand in
I
hand,
never
but, like,
I never would have guessed Jinx was ice type.
like same thing
Never.
with Swineup and Piloswine, and same thing with the fucker he's talking about.
Yeah, the Sneasel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird.
Like you can tell he's dark. Like he's
oh
black.
well, yeah.
He's a like
His eyes give it away for me. It makes me look at him and be like, wow, he's a nocturnal like beast.
I don't want to fuck with that.
No, like if you go out at night, he's going to rape you.
More
He
than
is.
rape.
He is. And
He might-
Sneasel
he might
is
pillage
that
your butthole.
Sneasel is that unique type combination of dark and ice, which that's I mean, he does have the double weakness to fighting, but
With us, it's not really big of a problem.
Yeah,
right,
he's
because
never-
we don't use
until
fighting types.
until Gen 5 Black 2, I never used the fighting type.
Are you serious?
Yeah, never. I hated
You know what's
The only
funny? I
fighting
never
type-
used Machop in Red Blue. I've used almost every Pokemon. in
I
Red, Blue,
never
and
used a
Yellow.
Machop
I've never
either.
used a Machop.
Yeah.
I've never used a Machop or a Lapras. I've used so.
That
you have no idea.
See, that's what makes me want to play the older games more, because there are guys that I still haven't done things
See,
with. Like
I
I haven't.
the
That's why
Elite Four
that's
with-
why I'm really glad that they're remaking games though.
Yeah.
See, that's why
That is
I've
cool.
beaten the Elite Four with like literally every Pokemon in Red.
Do you
Blue,
think
and
they'll
Yellow.
do a remake of like Red, Blue, and Yellow for the DS?
Probably not. Not after they do the remake.
Not
of Gen
any
3.
not anytime soon, but they will.
Yeah.
I'm sure they will, because they're gonna have like in like maybe like 10 years or so,
You think so?
a whole another group of people. They'll still have Pokemon going. I can guarantee 10 years.
Oh,
from now.
absolutely.
I don't think that'll die.
And then at the same, and then they can reboot.
Because I don't see
They can
video
reboot
games.
Gen 1 and be like, oh look, whole new Pokemon. People
I mean,
haven't heard of.
think
from,
about when
of them for
virtual
10
reality
years.
actually
True.
kicks off. When virtual reality finally kicks off, that's a whole nother market. you
Oh
can
my
open up.
god!
I mean,
I
Pokemon is what.
wouldn't be like I wouldn't have a job anymore. I would just sit there
Yeah, pretty
and
much.
be a Pokemon
I mean,
trainer.
if you
Me too.
look at it,
Me too.
you don't see video games dying out anytime soon. I mean, in fact, they're already making 2 new systems with Steam and the Ouya, which I've actually seen. The Ouya looks really weird, and it hasn't
Oh yeah,
officially
Steam is
been-
making a system.
Yeah, they're making a system, but it's the
See,
Steam
I'm not
box.
a huge fan of that. I mean, I know it's bringing more competition to the video game industry just because there's been the big 3 for so many years now. But
It really has.
it's like,
And one
how
of
are
them
you
is
going to
just
top?
falling
Like,
apart.
Well,
you
hey,
need to, you know how much
they,
money you need
they
to put
did
into
it
that
back in the
order to
early
beat them?
80s and the late
And did
70s.
it? Was it successful?
Well, that's the thing. No one stood out, and that's what they're trying to do: is get to the point where they can be leveled off as part of the 3, and
Yeah.
then everyone. See, that's why
'Cause-
I predict in about 10, 15 years there's going to be another video game crash, because I have a feeling that the Steam one, not Ouya, but Steam is going to do really well, and a bunch of different video game companies are going to start trying to. Sega's going to try to come back, a bunch of people, and then there's going to be a crash in 15 years because no one's going to know what to do.
At least like right now, like Nintendo like owns the handheld. I'm sorry, but they do.
Oh well, yeah. I mean,
Nintendo
well,
owns
that's the thing.
handhelds, and then the
Sony
consoles
has
have
a
Sony
PSP.
and Microsoft.
Microsoft doesn't have anything, so
Well, Xbox.
they don't have a portable system.
Oh yeah, portable. Yeah.
So
That's what I
Sony
mean.
just has the all they have to work with is the PSP Vista,
And that's
it.
I'm
Or
sorry.
Vita, sorry.
That's
Yeah.
not. That's
Like,
not.
I thought
good.
it was
Anyways,
Vista too. I don't know
This
why.
is about Pokemon.
Yeah, this is
No,
about Pokemon.
sorry.
We can go on to that in another topic
Yeah, we
or
can.
another video. But Sneasel is my number 4, and I don't have as much to say on him because I'd be repeating what I said in the last
We
video
get
on Dark.
so sidetracked.
We
Yeah.
do. So, number 4, Sneasel. Ian, go.
Well, my number 4 is fucking Weavile. Thank you.
Dude, come on.
I love Weavile. He's
Me too.
awesome.
They-
I don't like him as much
For
as
some
Sneasel,
reason,
though.
they both remind me of kind of like a Native American feel.
He was.
That's what I was just saying.
He just said that.
They reminded me, yeah,
I did
reminds me
not-
of like an
I
Indian
did
tribe
not pay
type thing.
attention.
As you can
Thank
tell-
you, though.
whatsoever.
Thank you. High five.
As you can
Because-
tell, we're all
because-
pretty phased out. We actually just got back from watching
Hobbit.
The Hobbit.
Yeah,
which
go
was
see it if you
fantastic.
Which is a
haven't.
fantastic movie. They cut it halfway short, though. I did
Yeah.
not know that. If you guys didn't
I
Really
did not know there was a
upsetting.
part 2.
yeah, it didn't.
I was
realize
like,
that there was
really?
gonna be a part 2, but
Anyways,
caught me by surprise.
I have Weavile. I talked about Weavile in my Dark video, I'm pretty sure. Because
Yeah,
he
you did.
actually is
You
in
did.
my Dark.
Mhm.
Yes, he is. And he's actually in my number
think
4
Kev
in
had him in
Dark
Dark, too.
also. I do like Weavile.
Or
I
Dark.
think he's
Or no.
just...
I don't think so.
honestly, I think they took Sneasel...
No.
Like,
Okay, no.
imagine Sneasel as a cracked up, like, core and they cleaned him up a little bit and made him into like.
Nah, dude, no.
See, that's what they did. They like because Sneasel has the smirk. He actually looks cool. Weavile looks cool and actually has the smirk, while Sneasel's sitting there like coked up. Like, when am I gonna get my next fix?
That's actually a good analogy.
And Weavile looks like, man, I'm all ready for action. I'm clean. I'm done with that shit. I'm ready to go. And he looks like he's going to kick your ass. Sneasel, you don't want to meet in a back alley. Weavile, you don't want to meet anywhere. He looks like he's going to kick your ass anytime. Again, other than the quad weakness to fighting, he is...
runs into a fucking Lucario. He's fucked.
He's
great.
Yeah.
Well, that's not entirely
No,
true.
Kev, you know what? He runs into a freaking Primeape. He's aft.
Lucario. Anyways.
That's
Primate.
not entirely true.
Primeape's my
How
boy.
is that not entirely true?
Actually, never mind.
I will promote Primeape until I die.
I don't know. Go ahead.
Horse fear.
We got Weavile. Go ahead.
Yep.
Hey, he runs into a Heracross.
Yeah, he's doubly fucked right there. I will agree with that. All right. Well, my number 4 is a little cute little ball of ice. His name is Spheal.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I like that whole line, actually. I even like Celio. And
I like that line, too.
Normally
and I think they go a little unnoticed, actually,
they
now.
do.
They really have been kind of forgotten.
I saw a meme the other day. It talks about how amazing Spheal is.
Oh, I'm sure.
it has like this a bunch of like different like Pokemon. There's like a shiny Ho, Arceus, Giratina, shiny Charizard, shit like that. Yeah. And then there's like Spheal just kind of up in the corner. He's like, which Pokemon would you choose? And it's like choosing like all the other ones, and he's like, wrong. You should choose Spheal.
It's funny because like,
see, at first I thought that was just kind of like a ripoff of like Seal and Dugong, and I was like, oh well, this is gonna be stupid. But then I saw like Walrein. I was like, holy shit,
honestly,
this thing is awesome. Honestly, and I got a card of him, and I was like, oh, let's go.
Not to get hate from you, Jake. I think he does it better than Seal. And Dugong.
I agree, just because he has 3 forms.
I think he does it better.
See, and the thing is, normally, like, the middle form sucks, but Celio
is pretty
fine.
legit.
And the thing is, I always thought that Walrein was Water and Dark because I had a dark trading card of him.
Yeah.
And
like, the team,
he just has the
Team
I'm
Aqua?
a firing my laser base. I love Walrein. Mm-hmm. But go ahead. Talk about Steel.
He's a little ball of fun. He's adorable.
He is.
He needs to lose some fucking weight.
He has thick fat for
a lot
a reason.
of blubber.
That's an ability.
Or Ice Body.
Or Ice Body, which is fucking amazing as well.
He's got to lose some weight.
Healing in the hail.
You know what's great too?
He basically just looks like he inhaled some helium and like he's about to float up.
Is Spheal's in that minigame on the Pokemon pinball game? Sapphire and Ruby.
That's right, he is.
Right.
Celio
and Spheal, not Walter.
I only played the games.
It's great. That's a great game though. Actually, pinball was my favorite game for the longest time.
I only played the actual games and the Mystery Dungeon games, so...
Yeah. Well, see, the Mystery Dungeon, I was a little...
I never got in.
I can understand that. The Mystery Dungeon is weird. You have to have, like, the right kind of mindset to play.
Yeah, I mean, I started to.
Even me, like, I don't like it sometimes, and it annoys me sometimes when I play it.
All I remember is that I remember watching Jake play it, and that he was talking about this Caterpie that was, like, suicidal, and I was sitting there like... Wow, this Caterpie is
a suicidal
really upset.
Caterpie.
Like he went and rescued his friend. And he's like, "What does it matter?" And I'm like, "Really? We just went through the trouble of rescuing like your friend, and now you're like still upset? Like, I don't know what to do."
The last thing you want to deal with.
Fuck you up.
All right. Yep.
Caterpie.
Okay. So Spheal, number 4. Let's go.
This video's gonna be a really long one. Okay. My number 3. And this is why I said I would go back to talking about Ice Cave, but then I realized I had Sneasel on my list as well. So I'm going to talk about Ice Cave a little bit more. Delibird.
Really?
Delibird.
Yeah, well, I knew that, Jake.
I love Delibird. I've liked him since day one. And I don't know why.
Delibird is awesome.
I thought he was really cool.
Delibird is so cool.
And I was a little upset when they made him kind of stupid-like. Because they made him like,
dude, if he evolved, he would be amazing.
Yeah.
There we go. I was gonna say that.
I think so
like,
too.
I don't care if
you can make him look.
I don't care
cool.
if they don't do it, but he is awesome.
Delibird is so unique. He knows present. Like that's cool.
You put the handbag around, like if they evolved him, they make him into a flying ice dragon.
Yeah.
And then you put
Flying
wait.
dragon.
Stay with me on this. They put the like mail carrier that Dragonite has on instead of the sack, and they put that around him, and they make him red, like the red that he is, and then make him like with those different ice decals all over him, and then make him a dragon.
But he's not a dragon. He's a flying type.
Make him a dragon. Look, if you
Make
can explain to me
Delibird
how
a
Remoraid
dragon?
evolves into Octillery, a fish into an octopus, then they can make a fucking dragon.
That's
out of
true.
a bird.
This is
called
true.
evolution. It's called evolution.
Hey, did we mention?
If you're trying to
we
make
haven't
sense
done
of
water
Pokemon,
yet.
No,
if
we
you're trying to
haven't.
make sense of Pokemon, you can just forget
It's
it.
called evolution, man.
No, that's fucking stupid. You can make him a dragon. Anyways,
I don't like.
I
love Delibird.
Delibird's great.
No, I wouldn't like him as a dragon.
So, Kev, do you like Delibird or no?
make him look like Latios. Yeah. Like, I think that would be.
Damn.
I think that'd be so cool.
I'm not a huge fan of Delibird. Delibird kind of annoyed me in Gen 2.
All I want to do is give him a hug. That's all I want to do.
He's
I know. I would give Delibird
He's
such
totally-
a big
Santa
Other than the
Claus.
other than
He
the quad
is.
weakness to rock.
Isn't there an episode with him?
Of
I
course
don't
there
know.
is.
It's like,
Oh, of
I'm
course
sure there is.
There
but
has
I
to
don't
be.
know. I haven't seen it personally.
I thought I saw a little bit of that.
I wish I
remember.
did. I have him on my list of lists. I'm pretty sure I did.
Does anyone get a Delibird?
No.
I know you can get him in.
But you can get him in Ice Cave, yeah.
Oh yeah. That's when I first saw him, and I was like, "Whoa, this guy's really unique and sweet." Like he's one of those where he's just that one form
and he
guy,
does
and
get
you get
present.
him. Yeah, but
And for the
he's-
longest time, Return wasn't his, but he
No, that
kind
was
of
Sneasels, I think, right?
no, that was everyone's. That was all
Oh.
the normal types, really.
Yeah, you're right.
But go ahead.
You're right. But no, Delibird, he's one of those guys who you get like later on in the game. He's like Tropius of 3rd gen. He's like,
Yeah, you don't get him till
you
the
know what I
Icy
mean?
Cave.
He's one of those Pokemon where you get him later on in the game, and he's
Snow
like
or Abomasnow.
under leveled at that point. But you
What is it
don't
with
want to
ice
like
types
not
getting
catch
them
him.
late?
They don't
game.
like giving you ice types because of the dragon weak. Because it's a weak.
Yeah,
the
but
dragon
why do they
weakness.
wait till later in the game?
So you can't get them high leveled.
Gen 5 gives you pretty early.
Yeah, like, but the thing is,
I don't even remember Gen 5.
you can't.
Isn't
even
that
get,
bad?
Yeah.
You can't
And I just
get
played-
ice types in red, gold, and yellow, red, blue, and yellow. Shut up. Red, blue, and yellow. The only way you can get them is Seafoam Islands, and you
Yeah.
gotta be lucky enough to get a Shelter and then level it up to a Cloyster, maybe.
Or a seal.
Same thing. You get lucky enough to get a Seal and maybe level.
I
up
never
to...
really had a problem finding one.
All right.
That's just me. But
Yeah, great.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying, I never really had a problem finding
Anyways,
one. But I never used it.
I always would run into. You could always trade for a Seal too. You can trade, and then it's called Sailor for some fucking reason. But
I hate that they give them nicknames.
I hate him too.
I want to nickname my own fucking
Because I had a
Pokemon.
Far-Fetched on level like 50. I trained that thing the Elite
Chatot,
Four,
like I talked
and
about
it's
when we were flying.
nicknamed something really stupid, and I can't remember the name. Anyways, go ahead. Are you done with Delibird?
I'm almost done with Delibird. Let me just mention and give him another shout out. Minigame on Pokemon Stadium 2.
Also gets rid
That
of the
can
ice
be
weakness.
annoying.
Oh, I love that minigame.
Also
Okay.
gets rid of the ice weakness to fighting.
Yes, but gives him a quad weakness to rock.
Okay, what Pokemon is going? Is that Swinub that's going?
Yes, it is one of his.
Exactly. Look at that. 2 ice Pokemon combined right there. Beautiful Delibird number 3. Ian.
My number 3 is Abomasnow, and I talked a lot about him in
Nice.
the grass, but just in case you missed it because of my paper, Abomasnow is a fucking pine tree. Everyone loves pine trees in the north. I love Abomasnow. Go ahead.
My number 3 is
It's
Lapras.
Lapras.
Lapras. Mm-hmm. Lapras is one of those Pokemon which I know you guys don't agree with me on this, but I feel like Pokemon not only are supposed to look cool, they're supposed to look cute. Because the games
I don't think that they're not supposed to. I just think that the like ridiculously mystical hard ones to find shouldn't look cute.
Okay. Well, because this game, you got to keep in mind that this game is made for kids.
Yes, which I
You're right.
agree.
So majority of Pokemon are supposed to be cute.
Well, Lapras is a combination, I think.
Exactly.
Of cute
Well,
and
that's what
cool.
that's what I'm getting
Fantastic
to.
combination.
Lapras is a cute Pokemon, but at the same time, it can be a badass. It's a bulky water type.
Packers
game.
defeated the Vikings.
What's the score? I just-
24 to 10. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
21.
24. I
Okay.
said.
Okay. Alright, go ahead. Go ahead.
And like honestly, like Lapras is one of those Pokemons, that I want to just kind of give a hug. And I think it would.
Who doesn't?
I just
Look
wanna,
at the thing.
I just want to like wrap my arms around its neck and go for a ride, and just enjoy it. And I think like Lapras would be like, "Fuck yeah, get on my back, let's go places."
Get on my back, bitch.
I just think Lapras is adorable.
Look, there's only a couple Pokemon that I would say don't even go near that if it was a real thing. One, Mr. Mime. Don't go near it.
Jinx.
Seriously. No. Jinx you can, because I feel like
Are we going to give her an honorable mention?
No.
another one is
Well, I'm gonna give it to her right now.
is Chandelure. If you ever see that thing, ever,
Drifblim?
just run.
Drifblim would not
The
be
thing is,
fun.
though, it lures kids, so obviously it's appealing to kids. If you see a Chandelure,
No,
you
I
better
mean,
have
I mean
nightmares.
Driftblim, not Drifbloom.
Same thing. It's a hot air balloon. I want to go for riding it. Are you kidding? I would love to. And especially its shiny form when it's yellow. Like, are you kidding? Look at it. That is childish. You look at a Chandelure and you're like, ooh. Like, oh, you're cute. Oh, wait, no, you're not. You're staring into my soul. What is
But
that?
like you wouldn't realize that you'd follow the light until it was too late.
That's not a good thing. At least with Driplim, I'd be happy for a little bit until he took me off into space or wherever the hell he
kidnapped you.
Just
takes
kind
me.
of dropped
And
you
raped
like
you.
40,
Yeah.
40 feet up in the air and
There's nothing happy about following a light. That's curiosity killed the cat. I'd be terrified if I ever saw that.
any dragon type except for maybe Dragonite, I would be
But the thing is,
terrified
like,
of.
I'd be terrified of, but it is appealing to kids because they would look at, like, if a Kyurem existed, they'd be cool, man, before they get stomped. Or
Or
whatever.
Frozen.
Yeah, Chandelure is like, oh my
Holy
god,
cow.
Nice.
leave me alone.
Alright,
Like,
well,
Pinsir's the same way.
Scyther?
No, Pinsir.
Same with Scyther.
I'd be scared
Scyther has the
shitless
cutest
of
cry
Pinsir.
ever. Scyther.
Oh yeah,
It's like,
that's adorable until it slices your fucking head off.
yeah, but it's at least kind of friendly.
Yeah.
If you know, somewhat.
Well, you don't know that.
Doesn't
Pinsir,
cut off
though.
Todd's head in Pokemon Snap. Pinsir, he's like, oh my god.
Todd.
That's his name. It's Todd or Snap
Snap.
or Todd.
Or Snap.
Read the manual. Anyways,
He's in the show as Snap.
he's in the show, but he's also referred to as Todd.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Yep.
Read the rules.
Todd Snap.
Read the rules.
All right.
Alright, yeah, so Lapras
Well-
is my number 3.
Here's the thing. My number 2 pick has been the hype is all gone. My number 2 pick is Lapras. Ian, you can go. And I said I would give my piece on Lapras, but I'm not going to even bother because it's just repetitive. Ian,
Guess
go.
what? My number 2 is Kyurem. All the hype is gone.
Oh, wow, sweet. We're just
Well,
moving
my
along
number
now.
2 has not been talked about,
Thank
except
God.
for in our ghost conversation. My number 2 is Frostlass. That's what we're
Yes.
going with.
Oh.
Frostlass.
You see. I like
See,
him.
the kids, they listen to the
Her.
rap, which gives them a
Her,
great
you're
image.
right.
It is,
I actually do.
It is literally. You have to say her
Frost.
for Frostlass.
Yes, I know.
Because they don't know what the jazz is all about.
Because
see,
you can't
jazz is
not
like
have
Jello
a
pudding.
female. You can't be. It has to be female.
Jazz is
Yeah.
more like Kodak Films.
It's like
no?
Gallade, like we talked about in the
Right.
post. Gallade has to be male. But yeah, Frostlass. It's a really cool combination with Ghost and Ice. It gets rid of the fighting weakness when it comes to ice.
It's like a new Coke.
It's like a
It'll
new-
be around forever. Heh heh heh. What's the difference
Jazz is
between
like
me and you?
yellow pudding. You see?
What are you guys talking about? No, I don't even care.
Cuckoo, Cachoo. All right,
think-
guys, go
I
look
think-
up the
I
Bill
think-
Cosby rap.
No.
Just
the Bill Cosby Pokemon rap.
That's
Just
what it
go
is.
ahead.
All right, so
Just go ahead.
Frostlass.
Everyone knows that. But
She's
it's
female.
a classic.
She's pretty. She
Jazz
has.
is like yellow pudding.
All right.
All right, Kev, go.
I feel like she's pretty. Like she
she got an elegance
She's
to
got
it.
she does have an elegance to her, and
It's a little creepy with the purple, but
well, it's a ghost. Like, what do you
Yeah, I know.
expect?
it's like, oh, whoa,
Like,
Jesus, she got
like-
holes like Swiss cheese.
I could freeze my testicles for that easily.
Well, you go ahead and do that. have fun trying to fuck an ice ghost.
Yep. And well, Jake goes and talks about number one.
All right. I already know you're number one because it's also going to be my number one.
Number one.
Articuno?
Wow, Kev. You're an asshole.
Wouldn't be the first time you did it to me.
I know. My number one is Articuno. I love Articuno. Most majestic, beautiful-looking creature in the entire world. And actually, I had him in my flying list as well, but I'm going to give my spiel on Articuno because Articuno is the epitome of beauty. I thought that Articuno was the coolest-looking Pokemon ever when I first saw him. Like, no other guy looked cooler than Articuno at the time to me. And the thing is, he just sparkles with all that, like, ice and snow. And it's just majestic. And I love that about Articuno. He's strong. He's a legendary bird. Just a classic Pokemon. And when I first found out where to get him on Red, Blue, and Yellow and Seafoam Islands, I was so pumped up. Only thing I was a little disappointed with about Articuno and Red, Blue, and Yellow, well, Red and Blue, was his sprite, because I thought it looked kind of stupid.
Oh, God, it looked like a puke.
Yeah. There were some sprites that they did just awful in that game.
Some sprites.
Some of them. Not all of them. I like Venusaur's sprite.
A lot of them looked really bad.
Sure. Let's be honest.
Let's be serious.
Fetus Mew.
Fetus Mew.
Look at him.
Yeah.
He's a fetus.
True. But
No.
Articuno is my number one, and he is my favorite legendary Pokemon besides Lugia. So, that's my number one. Ian, go.
My number one is also Articuno.
Sweet!
For
This is going to be our longest video, I think.
For
New
the
first
sheer
one.
fact
37
that
minutes was the first one.
Oh, was it? Oh, shit.
for the pure fact that he is the embodiment of beauty in the first gen. Look, I have no gripes against Moltres, and you won't see him on my list just because I can't get the image of a flaming chicken out of my head. You look at
I see Combuskin.
you look at
that.
now, but you look at Zapdos and it's like that is a bird, a legendary bird that strikes fear, and then you have Articuno and that looks like a bird as well. And Moltres, he looks like a bird, but he looks like a chicken, and it's on fire, and why isn't it in my mouth?
It's
like
fried chicken.
I don't know. I don't know. I know he's supposed to be elegant as well, but I just see it more in Articuno. And Articuno is just, it's cry, everything about it. And I'm going to put up a really cool picture I found on DeviantArt of it at this point in time. And it's a
Way to ruin it.
It's probably the best picture of Articuno I've ever seen.
And there it is.
Background?
Huh?
Didn't I see it as your background?
I don't think I ever put his... I might have put it in my background.
You might have
but-
just shown it to me then.
Anyways, it's a great one. Go ahead,
Alright.
Kev.
Well, how can I compare with Articuno?
I think I know who your number one is.
My number one is, of course, an evolution.
Oh, never mind.
Um,
That was Snorunt. I don't know why.
Glaceon!
I'm thinking of different people right now.
Okay.
Like,
You were my number one, so.
Snorunt. Snorunt, right. I like Snorunt too. but
I like
we'll
him
talk
too.
about
I
him later.
figured.
Glaceon,
I like Glaceon.
I feel,
I do.
is the most... I feel ice types should be, like, majestic.
Yeah,
And
but
I feel
here's
like
the thing.
it's one of the more majestic
I think
of the
ice types should either
evolutions.
be majestic
Yeah.
or ancient. In the way of Mamoswine.
Because, like, yeah, ancient and ice, or majestic, because it kind of gives you the feel of, like, of an ice sculpture.
It's
in a
beauty.
sense.
Yeah.
It's got
It's-
lots of
you're right.
sparkles.
It's supposed to be pretty, it's supposed to be, you're supposed to be like, that's adorable.
Or that's really pretty, or that's really beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? No, I
A
totally
lot of
agree.
ice
Kev.
types do resemble that.
I feel like, minus Jinx, do really resemble that.
Yeah, minus G.
And
and Kyurem.
Kyurem, yeah. But even
Kyurem's alright.
Kyurem has a kind of grace to it.
Yeah.
It has this...
It's a grace to it while it's shooting you in the face. With
yeah,
the nice...
well, yeah, that's true.
Alright, go ahead.
But yeah,
Glaceon's pure ice, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's the
all
best part.
All the evolutions have
Or just their
the
pure type. Right. Okay.
I just wish she didn't have bangs.
I think that looks adorable. I like the
It's
bangs.
the only thing I would change.
I think I like him. I
One
like
thing.
the patterns on her ears. Like the
Oh yeah,
interesting, like,
that's
diamond
great. No,
patterns,
Yeah.
the,
like
the ears
that.
are fine. Just
I think
cut it a little.
I think
Yeah, I
she's,
agree with
she's
the
just
bangs,
a
right?
beautiful
I like
Pokemon.
I do
and,
too.
And she's easily one of my, if not my favorite evolution. I think she's just so pretty.
Because she could have done the same thing you did with Leafeon, but just have it icicles or something like that. Just not the bangs, man.
I like the bangs.
It's just-
I know you
Okay.
don't like them, but
We're gonna move on to honorable mentions, and I only have a few, but my few I think are pretty good. Cloyster for one,
Oh my God! Thank you. Thank you.
just fantastic. And the other one, I don't think anyone is gonna agree with me on, and I think I'm alone. And I almost put him on here to smite people, but
Well,
it's
you should have.
Regice.
I'm okay with that.
Regice is my favorite
I
of the
am
Reggies.
okay with that. I
but
like
I
Registeel,
don't like
but-
any of the Reggies. So
Yeah, I like Regice because he's like a little fat, like, crystal.
it's an ice crystal. Yeah, I think once again the whole ice sculpture. It's supposed to look elegant.
The Golem also aspect of it. I
Yeah,
love the Reggies.
It's easily one of my favorite. It's easily my favorite Reggie, but I do not like the Reggies as in general.
I don't know what it is about the Reggies, but I really do like the Reggies. All of them.
I think
except for Reg Gigas, I just don't like.
I would
but
like Regigigas if it was fighting.
I would like Regigigas if it didn't have fucking like algae growing on it, and
Because-
didn't look like a slot machine. They
because
already
it's-
have a slot machine. It's called slot machine in Yu-Gi-Oh. They have something like that. Like
I don't like it just because, like I said, he's a normal type.
that's just weird.
He's supposed to be the king of the Reggies. You make him a fighting type, he's super effective against every single Reggie,
I know,
and
the thing
that
is-
makes sense to me.
And the thing is, like, you have a Reggie like Rock, who has Rock, which is a defensive thing. You have Ice, defensive thing, and then you have Steel,
Which
defensive thing.
obviously is defensive.
And then you have
Yeah.
Normal.
Yeah, that's stupid.
I
I
mean,
will
you
say
already
that is
got a lot of
really
deep-
stupid.
like-
When you think of,
I mean, granted, like normal, there's a lot of normal types that are really bulky,
Like, that's so out of left.
but I don't like it.
The only other thing I could possibly think that they could have done to make it even more out of left field than it already was, if you made him like Ghost. Like, that would just throw everyone off. Like, Regighost. Can you imagine that? Like, what the hell were they thinking? Anyways, those are my two honorable
You
mentions.
can't hit me. Lol.
Go ahead.
Like what you mentioned him, and I like Snowrun because, as I said, I liked Frostlass.
Snowrun looks like absolutely nothing.
He's a little.
In-
He's a
in-
snow. He's like a little hut. I
This thing-
love it. He's so
The
cute.
thing about Snowrun is, with almost every Pokemon, you can label them and say, that looks like a bird. That looks like what... You cannot label Snowrun. He is literally a unique thing in its own, and that's what I like about him. It's like, he's just a triangle with circles on it, and you don't know what it is. Because there's so many Pokemon that pretty much every single one, like Registeel, that's a golem. Like, Articuno, that's a bird. Like, Snowrun is nothing, man. It's just like, I don't know what it could
Snowrun's
possibly
cool.
be.
Yeah, he
It's
is.
kind of like in the same aspect of Togepi. Because Togepi's just like, alright, it's
Yeah,
an
what the
egg.
hell is
It's an-
Togepi?
It's an egg, but what is that thing? Like, it's just a...
And then it turns into like
Little
an
spike.
angel,
And then it
and then
turns
it turns
into
into
a-
a spaceship.
It turns into an angel with all that junk in its trunk, and then it turns into a spaceship.
It's just like the fuck.
It's so weird.
But this is not the normal.
And it's not man-made. Like, you could look at Magnemite and be like,
Not a lot of
well, that's...
normal types
Yeah,
right now.
you can look at Magnemite and be like, well, that's
Well,
man-made.
the next
Voltorb
video.
is a ball, man-made. But that's not man-made. It's an ice type. What is that thing? Like, you can't even... I would love to see what the Bulbapedia real-time definition is. You look at it like, oh, well, it's a fucking, one of those...
Yeah, those things, you know?
Yeah,
that
like,
thing. Oh,
and the other
yeah,
thing I
sure.
like about it is its evolutionary form, Glalie, also kind of doesn't really look like any...
I
the only thing I
I
can
feel
picture
like
is
he's
a
a
skeleton.
snowball.
I feel like it's a skeleton head.
I feel like he's a snowball. Like a
If he was a
giant-
snowball, he wouldn't have holes in it and have eyes and have a mouth and have horns coming out of it.
Well, it's an ice ball.
Ow.
Is he dark type? I feel like
No,
I asked this
he's
question
not.
last
No.
time. I feel like he's fucking dark
I
type.
know, I
He
know,
learns-
I can
he
see
learns
it.
Crunch. Like, how is
Yes,
he
he
not
has a
fucking dark
mouth.
type?
Walrein and Celio for honorable mentions as well.
Yeah, longest
yeah.
feel.
Dukong.
Well, he's not an honorable mention. He was on your list.
Well, yeah.
Dukong.
Not a huge fan of Sfeel. Like I said, I feel like Celio, and Walrein did it better
Dukong
than
is like-
Dugong.
I do too. I do
Dukong
too.
is the goofy cartoony brother of Walrein.
basically. And Walrein is still kind of cartoony too.
Mm-hmm.
But not
No,
as much
nowhere
as-
as close as Seal.
I'm trying to think. Is there anyone else?
Is there a dolphin Pokemon?
Piloswine, Spamoswine.
Is there a what?
A dolphin Pokemon.
No.
I'm sorry, I just thought of this randomly.
No, I don't think there is.
Because we're talking about like water ice.
Pokemon that
and
can
seals.
fly.
Seal is clearly a seal, so that made me
Is
think
there-
of dolphins. For
Is
some
there
Kinda
any
reminds
more
me
ice
of-
Pokemon that we can think of?
Well, they
Not-
should be
not
on the
that I
honor-
really
none
like.
that should be on the honorable mention.
Yeah.
Anyways, next time we will be on normal. So you better get.
Don't even say
You're normal.
normal, you
Yeah,
already.
yeah, you guys are assholes.
All right. I love
See
you.
you guys.
Bye.